Guys, the topic for today will be mental toughness and how to win over your examination stress. See, whenever it comes to your 10th standard exam or your plus 2 exam or your graduation exam, irrespective of whatever academic programs you have completed, every time at the end of an academic year, there is something called as an exam. The moment you think of this exam, you will definitely feel there is a lot of stress in you. Now, how do I overcome that stress? Because in academics, once in a year, there is going to be an exam which is already fixed. But how am I going to make myself so tough that this examination should not hurt me, it should not create a fear in me? See, sometimes when we talk about being tough, let us also answer this beautiful question. Is fear good or bad? ಒಂದು ಭಯ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, if I need to directly give you an answer, yes, fear is sometimes good, sometimes it is bad. ಯಾವಾಗ it is good, ಯಾವಾಗ it is bad, anybody? When do you think fear is bad? When do you think fear is good? Fear is bad when you start doing stupid things. I'll give you a simple example. See, now ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗರಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ there was never a fear in us. If somebody would ask you jump on the table, you would simply jump onto the table, jump from the table to the ground, you would have done it. Right now, if I ask you, all of you stand on the desk and jump, few of you will look at any kind of a theoretical evaluation to find out what is going to happen to me if I jump from there onto the floor. What if I actually injure my legs? So, fear is something which has come to alert you. So what exactly is fear? In scientific term, fear is you're trying to face something which you have never faced it earlier. That means a foreign situation. It is not a normal situation. A foreign situation where it is experienced by a human body, it gives you something called as fear. So fear is a gift. Fear is a gift because he is cautioning you something like this is happening. Otherwise what happens? Being fearless can be stupidity also. Let me take up a simple example. I still remember my younger son when he was in his LKG, he was very much fond of Spider-Man. We always bought him Spider-Man costumes. He always used to wear Spider-Man dress. He used to play that Spider-Man games, and he used to have certain toys where if he did something used to go on fall aside. He used to think he's a Spider-Man. He wanted to see Spider-Man 2. We took him to Spider-Man 2 and we came back. But on the way he was telling, Papa, we will go to metro. I told, why is he asking me, he wants to go to a metro? I told, we have come in a car, let us go back in the car. He told, no Papa, you should promise me that you are going to take to metro. I had to make him silent, so what I told, okay, we will go home, we will drop our car and then we will come in an auto to a metro and I will take you to a metro. Then he was silent, he was waiting for me to reach home. As soon as he reached home and we told, Papa, I want to go to metro. Then I thought, at least we will go, we will freshen up a little and then we will come back. He agreed and we came up. Then I wanted to know in detail, why does he want to go to metro? I asked him, why do you want to go to metro? Papa, did you know what happened in Spider-Man 2? Yes. What is the main scene in Spider-Man 2? Spider-Man will stop a metro train from falling. Now my son wanted to stop the metro train before it falls only. So what he thought, he is metro. He is a Spider-Man and the metro is going to stop with this toy guns. And he told, Chaliye Papa, we will go. What will I do? So what I did, I called my wife, her name is Tanuja. I told her, Amma, you be the engine, I'll be the bogie. I called my elder son also, he was one more bogie. And we told, we are the metro and we are coming. And we started going. And he told, I'm going to stop the metro, and he did this. And we stopped. So that illusion was needed because fear is something which is alerting you not to do stupid things. So fear is a must. If today a lesson is done, you go home today only, you study the subject, then there is nothing called as fear because you have studied the entire subject, you are ready for the test for the next day. And the next day when the test is announced, a surprise test, do you think you are going to fear? No. But for the student who did not go home today, who did not study, if the same test is going to be announced, what happens? He naturally starts feeling very fearful, and some of them cannot handle that fear because test without informing, that too a surprise test, you cannot handle. Why? Because you are not ready for that. What if a test was given yesterday also, today also, and evening also it is given, and there was no other class to do. Next day the teacher says, anyway we are free, I'll give you the same test. Or shall I give you a test from 3 new lessons? If this choice is given, what will you say? Man, give it from the old lesson only. Why? You are comfortable there. Because you did not write that test once, you wrote that test 3 times. If the same test is going to be repeated, you will not feel that fear. Why? The fear has gone beyond that. But when I say the next 3 chapters, the fear is there because it is alerting you and telling you that you are not so well prepared for that. So fear is a must. Most of you go through the books, go through the books, go through the books. You are the toughest girl and the boy. But after going through all the books, but still, what is the end result when I say? End result is what is the marks that you are going to score in your exam. That is going to decide whether you are a smart or not so smart student. Let me tell you, because I am talking about fear, let me also talk about one more thing. When it comes to being mentally tough, I am talking from the academic point of view, because right now it is academics. Anybody has a requirement of I want to be a matrimonial tough man? No. You only want to be an academically tough man. That means any kind of an exam that is going to come, let it be a test, let it be a midterm, let it be a preparatory, let it be the final exam, I am going to handle it. I am a tough man. For the toughness to come, there are few criteria which is going to bother you. One is forgetfulness. How many of you get into an exam and the question paper is given to you? You look at the question paper and you will exactly know each and every question from which lesson he has come. You just open the question paper, oh, this is from the second lesson, this is from the third lesson, this is from the first lesson, this is from the last lesson. And this answer I have written in the second book. All this information is coming to you because none of the times in any of the exams the question has come out of the syllabus. It has never happened. Because even if it comes out of the syllabus, you need not worry. Ask me why. Loudly ask me why. Why? Because Public TV Ramnath will take care. Public TV Ramnath will know if there is any kind of an exam paper that was given by the government, and if the question has come out of the syllabus, he will actually sit there from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock and only one news he is going to display, and he is going to talk to the education minister also, until and unless he comes openly and says we will give 10 marks grace because the question was out of the syllabus. So you need not worry, that will be taken care by Public TV Ramnath. But what is that you will have to worry? Not the first. Everybody read the question paper, everybody knows exactly from where each and every question is coming. But when you pick up a pen and when you exactly start writing, what is happening? Few of you who can remember 100%, you write 100%, you score between 95 to 100. Few of you who are only able to recollect 75%, you get between 60 to 70% because you are only able to recollect 60 to 70%. Few of you who only recollect 50% will only score 50%. Few of them who will forget many of the questions and they are not able to recollect because of the fear. Again, because of the mental toughness which is not there in you, you will again get into a trouble and you will actually fail. What was the difference? Difference was not that none of them felt the questions were out of the syllabus. None of them felt that this question did not come in this particular lessons. Everybody had clarity about all this. Where was the problem? The problem was when you wanted to write, you were not able to remember the whole thing. That means you started forgetting. Those who don't forget, they will score highest marks. Those who forget, they score low marks. So, your toughness has to be in preparing, your mental toughness has to be in preparing yourself to say that I should not forget this. I should not forget this. How am I going to prepare myself so that I will not forget it? Sometimes forgetting, again if I am asking you a same question, is forgetting a gift or a curse? Again it depends on what you are forgetting. If you are forgetting something very important, then it is a curse in the examination. Or if you forget the answers or the complete answers to all the questions, that means it is actually a greatest disaster. But if you forget some things which you are supposed to forget, it is a blessing. Because forgetting is also a greatest gift for you. Let me tell you, because we do counseling also. I and my colleague Dr. Ganesh, we were sitting. We had two parents who wanted to talk to us. We do counseling for 10th standard students. We do counseling for plus 2 students. So we wanted to speak to the first family. The first family comes. As soon as the first family comes, we wanted to speak to them. We wanted to understand why exactly they have come. When will a person goes to a counseling? When something has horribly gone wrong. Otherwise, nobody will go into a counseling, taking a daughter and into the counseling hall. So we knew something horribly has gone wrong. When I was actually talking to the parents, I asked, "Sir, why exactly you want to talk to us?" Then he told, "My daughter, she always scored 90 to 95. Never from first standard to 10th standard midterm exam, she has never scored anything less than 90. She's always been between 90 to 95. But after the midterm, every test, she's coming down. The first test after the midterm, she scored only 70%, and the preparatory, she has only scored 50%. We had to handle this. This is on one side. As I was talking, we take some time to understand the problem and then we give them the solution. We told you please wait for some time, we will talk to you. Before that, there was one more parent. We thought we will also address her. If both of them have the same kind of a problem, then both of them can be given the same solution. But there, the parents had come for a different reason altogether. This is one and one more. The parent told, "My daughter studies from morning till evening." Morning till evening means there is no time that she is going to waste. Sometimes she studies the late night till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, sometimes even 3 o'clock. But somehow our score is always less compared to many of our friends who really do not study so much. Now we had to handle both of this. But that particular student was in 9th standard, but this particular student was in 10th standard. So she had only 4 months down the line, an exam was awaiting for her. For the other student, 1 year down the line, the 10th exam was awaiting. Both were ICSE students. Now we had to give a solution. Whenever we need to give a solution, what do? We go deep into the subject and we try to understand what exactly it has happened. We'll take up the scenario 1. In scenario 1, the student who always scored between 90 to 95, why did her performance come down? We asked, between midterm to first test, did something very horrible or bad happen in her life? They told yes. Then we asked, what was it? She lost her grandmother. Can you tell me something about what was the relationship between she and her grandmother? Then they started narrating. Our grandmother was her best friend. They used to sleep together, they used to actually play together. Grandmother was always there next to her. Whenever she was studying, grandmother used to sit next to her. Every time she was doing something, grandmother used to get her milk, grandmother used to get her fruits, grandmother used to get her snacks. Grandmother used to ask questions because her grandmother was also an highly educated lady. So, more than father, mother, brother, sister, she was totally grandmother's granddaughter, and that actually made us understand what exactly was the problem. Now all of a sudden somebody is so close to you, if she passes away, you cannot forget her. So there the problem was, we had to give a solution so that that student will start forgetting her grandmother, so that she will become tough and her academics stress will come down. She had become completely stressed because she could not handle herself. A student who has always scored 90 to 95, all of a sudden her score drops to 50-55. How will she handle? She was in tears and she was telling, "Sir, do something, oh doctor. Do something. I want to score 90 and 95 only." She cried and she was uttering these words in front of us. Because we cannot counsel until the student is not ready with the destination. If the student himself is ready, we can counsel. If the student is not ready, then we cannot counsel. She told, "I want nothing less than 90 to 95. Then we understood our detachment from grandmother has to be seriously worked out, because within 3 to 4 months, there is an exam. Now we had to counsel her completely different. What? we wanted her to forget her grandmother at least for the next 3-4 months. When I want to remember something, I want somebody to tell that again and again. Give multiple revision classes. If I want to forget something, nobody should speak about that at all. So the only solution was, we told her, take her to a new place where there is no memory of her grandmother at all. Because she gets into the room, she knows her grandmother is next to you. If she gets into the hall, she knows her grandmother is there. If she wants to take bath, she knows that grandmother has to help her out. So take her to a new place and no grandmother's photo is going to be visible there. She is going to be there completely isolated from her grandmother, and everybody else will be attached so much towards her that she should not think of her grandmother at all. Just like she will never think of grandmother when she is in the school, the same atmosphere has to be created. But at home, what happened? A big photo of grandmother was put, a big garland was put, and everywhere, everybody is talking about the same time, grandmother. So that was bothering her. She was okay. The moment she felt she was okay, some relatives used to come, they used to recollect, they used to start crying, and all this bothered her so much that she was not able to concentrate at all. And now, when she was shifted to a new place, she started improving, and she improved so much that she got around 89%. They were very happy. A 50% to 89% jump was excellent. Now she is doing her MBBS after her +1 and +2. So here we had to give her an advice how to forget something. When I want to forget something, it should not be visible, I should not hear it, I should not see it, I should not feel it. But on the other side, if I want to remember, I should be able to see it again and again, I should be able to listen to it again and again, I should be able to do it again and again, feel it again and again. Only then in the examination that will happen. So here is the second scenario. What was the second scenario? My daughter reads from morning till evening, but she is not able to score good in the exams. That is our problem. Now we asked her, what is her study style? What is the means by which she is going to study? ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೂ ನೀವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? That also is important for you to score highest marks in your exams. ನೀವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ, do you think it is going to give you positive results? Definitely not. You should do exactly what is required for the exam. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಊಹೆ ಮಾಡಿ, what exactly happens in an exam? Assuming ಇವತ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪೆನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕುಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. What exactly happens? A question paper will come, you will read the question and you will write the answers. Yes or no? You will read the question, you will write the answer. How many of you are practicing this? Reading the question, writing the answer, reading the question, writing the answer. None of you. You spend only 5% of your total time in doing that, and most of you directly in the examination now. Most of your study ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? You open a book, take the information, put it here. Again, next day, take the information, put it here. Again, next day, take the information, put it here. In the exam, you are not taking information and putting it here. You are taking information from here and putting it in the form of writing. So writing fast, writing smarter is important. That is actually bringing toughness onto you. You will have to write smart, you will have to actually write better. Write very, very fast, write very, very fast, write it very neatly, write it accurately, and finish at a fastest speed. Definitely your marks also will be higher. But are you practicing that? Never. You take the content, put it into your memory. Take the content, put it into your memory. That is not the way you can bring toughness onto your exam. Right now, whenever you are preparing, let the preparation be like this. In 1 hour, how many 20 minutes are there? 3 20 minutes are there. The first 20 minutes, repeat. The first 20 minutes. All of you. The first 20 minutes. The middle 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes. How should you be your reading pattern? I'll give you a simple example, and I will also share one of the video. See, my son is doing his final year in IIT Kharagpur, and he's a topper there. So how they study non-stop for 8 hours and 12 hours, but still in all those study pattern, they follow this. First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. All of you can repeat it?
First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes.
the first 20 minutes, you open the book. Today I am going to read physics. Today I am going to read accounts. Today I am going to read statistics. You pick up the book. You pick up the chapter. Before starting to read, try to put certain questions before even starting, because you need a trigger. In exam, the trigger is the question. When the question is read, the answer should come. So the trigger is the question. So prepare with that questions. At least 3 questions you prepare. 20 minutes I may be comfortable reading 3 questions. You write those questions and then you start reading. You have the question, you are trying to read the answer. You have the question, you are reading the answer. Okay, this is the first 20 minutes. Immediately after that, close the book. Only keep the questions here. Try to actually do it verbatim. Verbatim in the sense, read the question, try to answer it. Try to answer it. Sometimes it may not come because your preparation may not be so perfect until unless you have not done multiple revision. At that particular incident, open the book, check, again revise, close the book and try to recollect, try to recollect, try to recollect. This will happen in the middle 20 minutes. Now comes the last 20 minutes. Last 20 minutes, take the book, keep it into the shelf. Just like assume it is an examination hall. The next 20 hours is an examination hall. Do you think an exam books will be available? No. It's an examination hall. Pick up a pen, pick up a paper and start answering those questions. Maybe you may not be perfect, it's okay. But write answers as much as possible. And whenever you don't get it, you are not supposed to look at the book. That 20 minutes is gone. Again redo that. First 20 minutes, second 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. You will do better than the last time. Again go for the third hour. First 20 minutes, second 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. You will do it perfectly. And when you are going to do it perfectly, answering all those 4 questions, that means your preparation has happened. This is the way you will have to prepare for the exam. We gave her the same idea. But we charged her 15,000 for this counseling. And we gave this idea because if I don't charge them 15,000, they won't take that idea very seriously. Any idea given free of cost, what happens? It doesn't carry importance. Any idea which is actually charged and then given, it always carries importance. And from that day, she started very honestly following first 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. If you are reading continuously for 2 hours, then first 40 minutes, middle 40 minutes, last 40 minutes. All of you repeat. First 40 minutes, middle 40 minutes, last 40 minutes. If you have time during study holidays, you are going to read for 3 hours. Then first 1 hour, middle 1 hour and last 1 hour. Like that you will have to start preparing, and then when you start revising, you will see to it you are exactly preparing for the examination. And when you go and actually face the exam, you will never be in trouble. You will be so confident completing that exam and you will definitely score good marks. And that 9th standard student, she scored 95%. The moment she got 95%, she came with a sweet box with a smile in her face and she told, "Sir, I did it." And I was also so happy. Now if she can, you can also. Yes or no? If she can, you can. Only thing is, you should have that confidence. Now, in order to become tough, confidence is also required. Most of you feel, what confidence? My father is not an engineer and you expect me to be an engineer. What is this, sir? How many of you know this fisherman's son? He could have become a fisherman also. But he happens to claim that he never wanted to be a fisherman. His father forcefully took him for fishing when all his so-called relatives or near and dear cousins, when they used to look into the ocean and see the fishes and they used to say, "I want to actually catch as many fishes as possible and become the biggest fisherman." This guy saw the reflection of the moon and he told, "One day I will go to the moon, or one day I will send somebody to the moon." I'm talking about a fisherman's son who became a missile man of India, Abdul Kalam, Dr. Abdul Kalam. How many of your parents are fishermen who cannot even count money? Okay, that is one story. Forget. I'm talking about toughness. Toughness is in the mind. It's not dependent on your parents. It's not dependent on your siblings. It's not dependent even on your school or college. It is only dependent on you. If Abdul Kalam was successful, it was only because of him. Nobody else was responsible for his success. His own near and dear cousins are still doing the same small thing. A fisherman, a big fisherman, that's all. A small landlord of having few places, that too in Rameshwaram, where it was a village of his. Now the choice has to be made not by your parents, it has to be made by you. Do you think you have that will? There is a beautiful saying in English, where there is a will,
there is a way.
Can you repeat it? Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. Saffron bitpidi, blue colors ready? Where there is a will, there is a way. Blue colors. Where there is a will, there is a way. Ready? Blue color ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಆಡುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ? No, na. So where there is a will, there is a way. But let us rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. There is always a way. Ask yourself, do you have the will? Can you repeat it? There is always a way. Do you have the will? Repeat it.
There is always a way. Do you have the will?
Now repeat it again. There is always a way. Do I have the will? Take your right hand and say, do I have the will? I'll give you a simple example. As I was watching at your big banner and the prospectus of your last year, before last year and before that, there are certain photos where from your same college, in the plus 2, there are students who have scored 100%. Few of them have got 100 out of 100 in commerce, few of them have got in maths 100, biology 100, electronics 100, computer science 100, from the same college, with the same lecturers, with the same chairs and tables. That means there is always a way. You can also reach that pinnacle, 100 out of 100, 100%. But are you ready to become that tough? Tough means I will actually stick to one thing, I will not fall for everything. Today you fall for everything. One movie comes, it can actually push you to a core and make you get distracted from your studies. One big boss will come, it will push you out of studies. And one social media, Facebook will come and Instagram will come and Twitter will come, and what all, you get deviated so much. That means you are not tough. Mental toughness is not that external toughness. Mental toughness is, I have my vision very, very clearly. I know that is where I am going to reach. That mental toughness, all of you should be capable of owning it. If you don't, let me tell you, you are wasting your human life, which comes once in 100 incarnation, once in 10 million incarnation. There is a saying, Manushya Janma will be given to you only after so many lakhs of incarnation. God could have created an animal out of you. God could have created you as a bird, as an insect, as a worm, as a fish, as a microorganism. If God has chosen you to become a human, that means He believes that you are capable of doing something big. And that strong commitment you should have, that toughness you will have to put. You are actually living in such a beautiful place called Bangalore city. All of us are blessed. Let me talk about that girl who lived in deep forest. They were called tribals. Tribals who did not know how to cook. Tribals who did not know what socializing is. Tribals who did not know languaging. Tribals who did not know what schooling is. Tribals thought their forest is their entire world. And a girl from there today becomes the first tribal president of India, Draupadi Murmu, and look at her from where to where she has progressed. She was a very ordinary tribal. She could have lived in the forest, she could have died in the forest. She told, if I am going to do that, what message I am going to give to my tribes, telling that there is a world outside also. And today she occupies the first citizenship of India as a president. Now ask yourself, if that fisherman's son could become the missile man of India, if this tribal woman could become that president, each and every one of you sitting, you are already in a better position. You are not tribals. Your parents are not tribals. You are not fishermen. Your parents are not fishermen. You are already in a better place. How tough you should build yourself. Hey, he is a tough guy, he comes from Bangalore. Hey, Urinda Verdare, he is not such a tough guy. Understood. You are already blessed with so much of positiveness. Now taking things for granted and becoming ordinary and dying ordinary, God should not feel that He has wasted one human life on you. He should not feel like I have wasted one human life onto you. So you will have to become tough. The toughness is, let me be focused. I have given you two very beautiful ideas. One is I don't want to forget. What is the methodology I will have to study? So one more, yes, if I need to forget, I will have to forget everything else. Always remember, toughness is preparing for the 3 hours of your exam. Why do you think your teacher gives you assignment? Why do you think your teacher takes class day in, day out? Why do you think your principal says we will have special classes? Why do you think the government says minimum 2 preparatory exams? Everybody's only goal for you for the next 2 years, +1 and +2, is what is the marks you score in that +2 exam. All your preparation are focused on that 3 hours of exam, and how tough I am going to be to face that exam perfectly is what you will have to do today. That is the class for today. How am I going to be tough? I'll keep my mind and memory very, very clean. There will be only one thing, that will be my studies. Assuming in this particular place only, I drop a small pin. It's easy to search. Why? Because there is nothing else here. It is very neat and clean. But what if there is lot of dirt? Everybody comes, they put everything here. One of them has his food, he gives the left outs there. One of them was having snacks, he leaves the left out there. They have not broomed it for many days. They have not cleaned it for many days. The moment I enter, there is a spider web everywhere. And there, if I am going to drop even a pen, it will be difficult for me to search because there are too many things there. It will never give you clarity to actually look in and pick up what you want. Your memory is also the same way. When your memory is there, for that 3 hours, how am I going to build my memory? In the exam you are sitting, you want to remember what? Answer to a question. But what exactly comes? Who antava? Uhu antava. See, you only told. That is coming. Why? You were actually thinking of that. That movie is running in you. You wanted answer, you are trying to search for that answer, that movie is running. You wanted to search for that answer, that max scene is running. Okay, Sudeep is coming and he is actually hitting 20 people, and you are saying, Sudeep go, science come, Sudeep go, science come. Instead of that, you should have not taken Sudeep inside only. You should have not taken Big Boss inside only. You should not watch Pushpa 1, Pushpa 2, Pushpa 3 also, because if it is released, it is available in Amazon. You can still watch it after the exams. It is ready to wait. There is never going to be a second PUC in your life. There is always going to be 1 second PUC in your life, and that marks is going to be cherished for your lifetime. Ask your lecturers. Today also my 10th standard marks is very, very important. Today also my +2 marks is very, very important. So important that I will be proud to share that as many number of times I want. Why? Because I have lived that 2 years so cherishingly, with so much of toughness, not getting into academic stress, and I have done it so beautifully. There is no looking back. I am very proud to say in my 10th I scored 96%, in my 12th I scored 94%. Yes, why? Because I have put that toughness there. Nothing else bothered us. For your teachers also. But today you are living in Gen Z environment. Everything is bothering you. I know it is tough for you. But how am I going to be tougher? You will have to skip everything till the exam. Even if your cousin is getting married, they will not stop the marriage because you are not going. They will still get married. After the exam, go give them a bouquet. They will be happy when you say, because of the exams I couldn't make it up. I had decided I will not attend any of my relatives' function. Please follow it. For Tendulkar, no marriages was important. For Tendulkar, practice alone mattered. For Abdul Kalam, no festivals was important. For him, studies alone mattered. And for this Draupadi Murmu, nothing else mattered. Only studies alone mattered. And for this Chai Wala, no day was an holiday. No time was considered as a leisure time. When he was able to maintain himself during the childhood also with this zeal, that was the reason we could see this Chaiwala becoming the greatest Prime Minister. I am talking about the great Narendra Modi. You want Saturday's holiday, you want Sunday's holiday, you want Bakrid holiday, you want Christmas holiday, you want even Shiva Ratri also Din Mein holiday. So what is happening? A person who wants holidays, that means you are not having that willingness of actually I want to score good in exam. There are two kinds of womb from which your mind and thought process works. We call it as a willingness mind, non-willingness mind anta. All of you repeat.
Willingness mind, non-willingness mind.
ವಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ತೀರಾ. ನನಗೆ 100% ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಹಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ನೆಸ್, ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ ಹುಡುಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎ ಟ್ರೂತ್, ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ರಾಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಅದು actually it is a truth, but it is in a wrong place. My father is not an engineer, how do you expect me to be an engineer? Go and talk to Abdul Kalam, go and talk to Draupadi Murmu. No, you are not ready there. No. I'm only asking, my father is not an engineer, I cannot become an engineer. That is right, your father is not an engineer. Abdul Kalam's father did not know how to count also. Then what will be the situation of Draupadi Murmu's father who lived in the forest? So, all these are excuses because you are not willing to do. When you have that willingness to do, solutions will be born. When you don't have willingness to do, excuses will be born. Ask yourself, are you sitting here as a tough man? Because we are talking about toughness. We are talking about how tough I can be to face the exam. We are exactly telling you, I will be tough for myself as much as possible. Because initially, if I am going to become tougher on myself, life is going to be easy for me in future. Initially, if I am going to give easiness to myself, life is going to be tougher for me in future. When we talk about toughness, God plays a beautiful game. Toughness alli ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ situation when we face, assuming every day we face various situations in our life. Whenever a situation when I face, a mind or my body experiences either pleasure or pain. All of you repeat. Either pleasure or pain. What is our mind wanting? Our mind always want to do what is pleasurable. Nam mansu always pleasurable things na ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಪೇನ್ಫುಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಪಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಟೀಚರ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಶಿ ಡೂ, ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಈ 3 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನ 5 ಸತಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಯು ಟು ಡೂ ದಟ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು ಇನ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಯು ಡೂ? ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್. ಬರೆಯೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೇನ್, but you don't want to take. But if you can take that pain, not 3 times, ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರೆ 3 ಸತಿ ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಾನು 10 ಸತಿ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಟಫ್ ಆನ್ ಯು. I will write it 5 times. I will write it 10 times. And when you write it 10 times, ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, your second PUC marks increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Most of you submit the assignment as though ಮಾಮ್ಗೆ marks increase ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ attitude ಅಲ್ಲಿ you write your assignments. So what has happened? You have become easy on yourself. Choice itto, writing is tougher, not writing is easier. Why do you think they announce tests? They announce tests to find out how much you can recollect and write, how much you can recollect and write. Why? That toughness you will have to experience. Exam andid takshana there is something called as pain. Yes. If you don't experience pain, you will not have permanent pleasure in future. So every time a choice is given, ask yourself, ee choice alli nanage pleasure anubhava agtidya, pain anubhava agtidya? Pain anubhava agtidre continue to do it, because eega pain irutte, nantara pleasure, permanent pleasure. Adralli enadru pleasure ಕಂಡು ಬಂದಲ್ಲಿ immediately say I don't want to do it. Why? Initial pleasure will give you permanent pain. Repeat. Initial pleasure gives me permanent pain, and initial pain gives me permanent pleasure. I'll take up one more example because I am asking you about toughness. All of you count your fingers in each hand. How many fingers you have? 5. God has not given 5 fingers just because He wanted to. There is a reason behind it. The average sleeping age depends 5 hours and 10 hours. It is between these two. 5, 10. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ 10 fingers ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. Okay. Initially, ನಾವು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, we will have to use that 10 hours of sleep. ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಗುನ ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಬ್ರಿಸಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಎಬ್ರಿಸಬಾರ್ದು. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಲಗ್ತಾರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಲಗಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ದರಿದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಯು. ನಾವು ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಏಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀವಿ, ಯಂಗ್ ಏಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀವಿ. ಇಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ 10 hours ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್. ಆ 10 hours ನ ನೀನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ತರ ತಗೊಂಬಂದ್ರೆ 10 hours ಇರೋದು ನಾವು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು 9 hours, 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours. It should be between what we call Brahmi years of your life. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಿ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. All of you know? See, Brahma Muhurta is the time early in the morning before the sun rises. That energy will be there even after the sun rises. So what they say, that time before the sun rises and after the sun rises is considered as the most energetic time of the entire 24 hours. Our time only you should be doing the most important job of your life. What is that? Studies. The very purpose right now for you is your academics, your second PUC exam. So you will have to seriously work on that during those times. That would be very, very important, very, very relevant. Adhe tara important time of this 24 hours andaga, in the same manner, important age of your life, ನೀವು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಿರಾ, ನೀವು ಸಾಯ್ದಿರಾ, there is going to be some time of your life where if you are going to utilize it is as though it is the most powerful time of your life and become tough on yourself. Rest of the time you can enjoy. That is between 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. These 5-6 years are called as golden period of your years. Brahmi period of your years. Avaga you will have to put all your effort, be tough on yourself, not get diverted, keep only working. Every time you face a situation, see to it you take up pain instead of accepting pleasure, and see slowly you will become tough on yourself and exam will become easy on yourself. If you are going to be tough on yourself, exam is going to be easy on yourself. If you are going to be easy onto yourself, examination is going to be tough on yourself. A simple logic. When you follow this, miracles are going to happen. So initial pleasure will give you permanent pain, and initial pain will give you permanent pleasure. And what are the important years of your life? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And what are the most important time of your entire 24 hours? Before the sun rises and after the sun rises. This is the time where you will have to spend collectively only focusing on what you want to study. And what should be your study skills? Your study skills should be first 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes,
last 20 minutes.
First 20 minutes, take the information, put it into your memory. The second 20 minutes, recollect it verbally. And the last 20 minutes, you are going to close the book and write it. That is what you do in the exam. This way, if you prepare, it works. In order to forget something, don't bring it inside at all. Big Boss will never enter me. Everyday news will never enter me. Social media will never enter me. All this, when it does not enter you, the memory is kept completely pure. There is no other content inside it. So what happens? There is clarity. ನಾನು ಏನೇ ಮೆಮರಿಯಿಂದ ಪಿಕಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಸ್ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ he has arranged everything systematically and there is no garbage there, it's easy for him to pick up a medicine. Otherwise ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, most of the time we spend in order to search misplaced objects. In the exam also, most of the time we are spending in order to find out an object which you have not placed it perfectly. ಅದು ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಕಾಣ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. There is a pen. A pen is under this book. This book is a big boss. The pen is answered this. It has to go and come like this, not possible. The best is keep the big boss away. So the pen is visible. So your memory contents na ನೀವು ಯಾವ ತರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ for the next 1 year or 1.5 year, depending on when the exam is very, very important. ಆ ತರ focus ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೇನೆ ಅದನ್ನ we call it as toughness. ಆ toughness ನ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ academic stress ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. But one small ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, what exactly causes stress? ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದಾ? What exactly causes stress? So I will directly go. I wanted it to be interactive, but time constraint irodrinda directly I will go. See, the entire examination stress is because we don't do the things when it is supposed to be done. Let me give you a simple example. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ 10th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ನ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವು ಓದ್ರಿ, ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೋ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ ಮನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ದನ್ ದಿಸ್. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಿತ್ತು, ನಾನು ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಬೆಟರ್ ದನ್ ದಿಸ್. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ Arjuna in every one of us. But at the same time, we cannot forget there is also Duryodhana in us, the negative person who doesn't want us to actually win. Abdul Kalam became successful because in him Arjuna was strong. The chaiwala becomes a prime minister, not that every chaiwala will become a prime minister. Then each and every one of you will go and marry a chaiwala. Why? Because in future he is going to become a prime minister. So it is not going to work like that. Then how is it going to work? They actually were having an Arjuna, the positive mind in him, very, very strong. Draupadi Murmu had that positive mind in her, very, very strong. A positive mind go, negative mind go, what kind of ghashane, what kind of problems arises, that is the story all about. Our result nodi takshana deep inside ಏನು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, I could have scored better than this. The moment ನಿಮಗೆ I could have scored better than this ಅನ್ಸಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಜುನ, the positive mind, will start doing the plan. ಏನದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್? Next academic year I will not waste time. The first day of the college, even when I go, without wasting any time, I will go whatever the teacher says, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು I will be ready before the next class. I know one class to there will be lot of gap. ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ನಾನು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ನನಗೆ ಲಂಚ್ ಆರ್ 1 hour ಬೇಕೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ? ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು? ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. ಲಂಚ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು? 1 hour. 1 hour ನಾನು ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. 10 minutes ಗೆ ಲಂಚ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿ 20 minutes ಫಸ್ಟ್ 4 ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು, ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅಲ್ಟೆ ಹೊಡಿಯೋದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಟಿವಿ ನೋಡೋದು ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ನೋಡೋದು ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮೂವೀಸ್ ನೋಡೋದು ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಸಾ ದಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ನ್ಯೂ ಯು ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಮಚ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್. ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಟು ಕಾಲೇಜ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್. ಟೀಚರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ 20 minutes, next 40 minutes you are free ಅಂತಾರೆ. Immediately your mind will say start preparing the notes. You take up a pen and you are about to start. Something says, I'm not saying don't do. First period ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ, next period ma. ಇದನ್ನ what we call starting trouble. Everybody repeat.
Starting trouble.
So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, you are not telling ನಾನು ಓದಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು? ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ. ಅರ್ಜುನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನೋ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸೇಸ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಅರ್ಜುನ. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸೇಸ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಅರ್ಜುನ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ cannot come between Arjuna and Duryodhana. He is neutral. What you do? You wait for the next class. Next class teacher barodilla, so you have plenty of time. You should really take up the book. That there are few who pick up the book, don't waste time, and they write. They will always score 100%. But you will say, I will do it next class. That next class ಯಾಕೋ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇದನ್ನೇ we call it as procrastination. Starting trouble will lead to procrastination. Procrastination ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ದೂಡೋದು. ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ದೂಡೋದು. What you will say, ನಾನು ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್ I will do. When an afternoon comes, okay sir, we'll find out. So when an afternoon comes, what do? We push it to next day. ಯಾಕೋ afternoon work ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, we will definitely do it tomorrow ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು we push it to tomorrow. ಅದು tomorrow ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಯಾಕೋ tomorrow work ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, I will do it tomorrow ಅಂತೀರಾ. Tomorrow when it does not work, you push it to next week. Next week Monday ನಾನು serious study ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. But are you being tough? No, you are trying to be easy on yourself. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಓದಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಗರ್ಲ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಬಾಯ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಟುಡೇ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂಡೇ ಒಂದ್ 2 ಸತಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂಡೇ ಯಾಕೋ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ವೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಅವತ್ತು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಟೀಚರ್ ಬೈತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನೋ ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗೀಚ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡೋದು, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 80% ಇಂದ 90% ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೋ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. Why? Because of the starting trouble. And starting trouble led to procrastination. Procrastination led to living in that problem. ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಸುಳ್ಳಿನ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಮಂಡೇ ಅಂದಿದ್ದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಅಂದಿದ್ದು ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ, ನಾನು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದೋಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದೀಪಾವಳಿನೂ ಬಂತು, ಅವಾಗ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಏನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ January 1st, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪುಶ್ ಟು ನ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್. ನ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಪುಶ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ನ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಅದು ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿನೂ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ಫ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುಗಾದಿ ಶಿವರಾತ್ರಿ ಮುಗಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್? ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್. ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಓದ್ದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ಡನ್ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಒಂದು ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಓದ್ದಲೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದೇ 2 ವಾರ ಆದಾಗ 4 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ 2 ತಿಂಗಳಾದಾಗ 8 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 8 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರಬಲ್ ಲೆಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಕ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿನೇಷನ್ ಲೆಡ್ ಟು ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸಿಗಾಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಸಮವ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಏನು 85% ಬರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಲ್ವಾ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್. ಯು ಗಿವ್ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್, ಯು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್ ಯುವರ್ ವಿಷನ್. ನೀವೇನು ಆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 95 ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನ, ಯು ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟು 85. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್. For your success and for your failure, you alone are responsible. Draupadi Murmu was responsible for her success. Chaiwala was responsible for his success. Even this fisherman's son was responsible for his success. Thomas Alva Edison was responsible for his success. Einstein was responsible for his success because they were very tough on themselves. If you become easy onto yourself, life is going to become very tougher. You will not reach the highest grade. So the only way you can overcome this is, I will have to start procrastinating and start doing things. Starting trouble ನೀವು ಹೋಗ್ಲೇಬಾರ್ದು. So what is academic stress? Academic stress is the gap between ಯಾವಾಗ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು and finally when you are studying. ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ನ ನೀವು ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಬಂದು ಆ ದಿನನೇ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ರೆಡಿ ಆದ್ರೆ, where will be the examination stress? There won't be any stress at all. Because you get into procrastination, living in that problem, that leading to stress, that stress creating a too much of mess, and that stress will lead to what is called as giving up. So, 5 point ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. With that we will wind up. Starting trouble. All of you repeat.
Starting trouble
leads to procrastination. Procrastination leads to living in the problem. Living in the problem leads to stress. Stress leads to giving up. 85 ಬರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಲ್ವಾ? ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ನಿಮಗ್ ನೀವೇ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟಫ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. Try to be very tough on yourself. If there is any doubts or I will help you out. Otherwise, my class as of now is completed. Whatever I told is the same. I'll be sharing this slide also. What is mental toughness? I have told you, mental toughness ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗ್ ನಾವೇ ಲೀಜರ್ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರೋದು, ನಮಗ್ ನಾವೇ ಟಫ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೇನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಡೆಲಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೆಷರ್ ನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಡೆಲಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ಲಿ ಪೇನ್ ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. So how do you work on when you are under pressure? What is your growth mindset? What is your self-belief system? How do you handle your emotional control? How do I handle my stress and emotion? By not procrastination. Now procrastination ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ automatically things will come back to normal. So what are the few things that you will have to do whenever you are preparing for exams? Whenever you have academic, what are the symptoms? ನನಗೇನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ನನ್ಗೇನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ, ನನ್ಗೇನೋ ಮರ್ತಂಗ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಈಗಲೇ ನೆನಪಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಚೆಕ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ. Slowly you will have to bring down all this stress in order to do miracles. So these of you slides, whatever I have explained is there. Every slide by slide I should have told you. Just because my arrival was late. Take breaks. India is blessed with yogasana, pranayama and meditation. Practice this pranayama and meditation so that you can keep yourself calm. Whenever you have a huge things to do, break it down into small bits. Always relax, breathe and relax. keep exercising, because a healthy body can have a healthy mind. Only a healthy mind can study. If you have an unhealthy body, it will lead to an unhealthy mind, and an unhealthy mind and body cannot focus on studies. So health na intact is very important. Right kind of food eating is also very important. Oily foods, non-vegetarian foods will always be dangerous for academics. Use those foods which is good for brains. Use those foods which has equal proteins, vitamins and minerals which is required for the body. That is very, very important. These are few things, the power of growth chart. I would like to share one, how to be tough on yourself. I'll share my own son's video of how they study non-stop for 12 hours. Not 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. How they study non-stop for 12 hours, and definitely it is not difficult. Only thing is, do you have that in you that I want to do it? ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Music is also good. 4 hours, 5 hours. Reading, writing. First 20 hours, middle 20 hours, last 20 hours. Writing. Imagine, visualize. Say it again and again. Cause dozens of times I swear that I knew the wisdom was scanty. Doesn't mean I was broken, so open I gave it to empty. Got it all back in myself, not even 10 pages. So for 12 hours non-stop he was able to study. He also sits for meditation, he also does pranayama. He has also undergone the inner engineering program from Sadhguru. It is a beautiful course for kids if you want to, especially for +1, +2, 10 standard students. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸುದರ್ಶನ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ from Art of Living. That also will help you to actually focus your mind on one thing and work on that. Thank you, love you all so much, wishing you most and more. Sorry I am late, I think I have given you enough. If my class was really good, let me see it in your big round of applause. Thumbs up. How many marks you want? 100%. All of you, how many marks? 100%. Nothing less than that. God has already given you the greatest gift. You are born as a human. How many of you here are born as an insect? None of them. Few insects are there. They are answering, sir, ನನಗೆ ಇವ್ರು ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಈ ಸೇಮ್. Don't worry, she will also get rank. Okay. Thank you. Love you all so much. Once again, a big round of applause. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Love you all so much.